My name is Becky McKenzie. I'm a champion clay pigeon shooter. Today we are at Austin Shooting Ground in Nottingham. I've been shooting clays for around 8 years. I've won quite a few major events. I've won the British Open Sporting, I've won the World All-Round Championship, I've won the UK Fit Ass Championship, I've won the British Grand Prix Fit Ass Championship, to name but a few. Just come back from Minnesota from shooting the World Fit Ass Championship, where I got 5th overall in ladies in individual, and I also shot for Team Great Britain ladies, and we came back with a gold medal. This is my Zolly Z Sport high rib 12 gauge shotgun. I'm sponsored by Zolly in Italy. This is what we call a stock. Mine's got an adjustable comb, so I can adjust it left and right and up and down to suit my needs. The comb is adjustable for the height of your cheek, so with different people neck to cheek height you can adjust it. You have to have the height so you can see over the barrel. If the stock is too low, all you'll see is the back of the action, which means you can't see the clay. Along here obviously we have a trigger. It's a detachable trigger, so if I need to clean the gun I can take the trigger out. On top we have the lever that opens it, so I can put the 2 cartridges in. This is the part that we call the rib. This is the high rib. This is also adjustable at this end. And at the end we have chokes. Chokes are interchangeable. They vary in size, in open or quite tight. So the bottom here is red to colour code, so I know what I've actually put in. Blue is moderated or half, and red is 3/8, which is more open than half. I'm sponsored by Briley Chokes in America. That's a choke key. That's how I take the chokes in and out. Choke sizes, if I'm shooting the discipline skeet, as you can see on there, it's got SK, which means skeet. A skeet choke is a very open choke, so it spreads the pattern of the lead as it comes out. If I'm shooting sporting, I'll probably use a red choke, which has got LM on, which stands for light modified. Light modified is more open than the blue one I had in my barrel, which is modified, which is a half choke. There's all different names for the chokes. The old school will say 5/8 or something like that. I like the light mod. The original flat rib or normal rib gun, when you mount it, you mount and you're quite hunched over like that. With the high rib, as the rib is quite high and the comb is quite high, it fits higher in your shoulder, so it's a more natural stance. You don't have to hunch down onto the stock. You bring the gun up to you and look straight down the barrel. The gun is balanced, so it doesn't feel heavy. It's around 8 pounds 4 ounces in weight, but as it's a balanced gun it doesn't feel heavy at all. Balancing a gun, when we talk about balanced, it's balanced at the hinge pin. A lot of guns can be front end heavy or barrel heavy as we call it, or stock heavy, but the Zolly is always balanced right in the middle. All Zollies are hand finished, which you don't get that in many other manufacturers. It's all built in-house, apart from the chokes. So the action, this is what we call the action, is made out of a solid billet. So it's like a lump of metal that's machined down, so you've got pure strength in here. Okay, here we have some cartridges that I shoot. I shoot various different shells. I'm sponsored by NSI, which stands for Noble Sport Italia. That one is a 24 gram, 12 gauge 24 gram 8. I don't use these very often, but just for a bit of training. And that one is a 28 gram, which is what I usually shoot in 7.5. The trap on the right is a Shondale trap. As you can see, it's got a big, obviously, protection unit on the side because the clay drops down and swings up as a looper. These particular machines are done by remote control. Some are on a wired trap and some are on remote control. These are the clay pigeon clays or targets. The one on my left is a standard clay, which is 110mm. The one on the right is a midi. As you can see, it's a little bit smaller. That's a 90mm clay. Full. Full.